What's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a basic HTML5 web page and how to create the basic structure of an HTML page. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is go into our code editor. You can even write HTML in a normal text document. However, I would recommend downloading a code editor. VS Code is a really great program. It's free to download. Has some really fantastic features and extensions overall. Just great software, and I highly recommend. So what we're going to do is go into VS Code, go up to the Explorer, select Open Folder. If you have one already, you can select it, but we're just going to create a new one. We'll call it My First Website. Create. And then we're going to just select it and select Open. Oops. So then we're going to go into the Explorer, and you can either go up here to create new file or right click new file, and we're going to call it index.html. So HTML files, the extension is always going to be .html, and the reason we call it index is because that is the standard or most commonly used name for describing the default or home page, if you will, of a web page. So then just press enter, and we'll get started writing our first line of code. So we're going to start off with a doc type declaration. So you do the less than sign, exclamation point, doc type, and then HTML, and then close it with the greater than sign. And as you can see, VS Code auto completed this for me. It has really, that's another reason I recommend VS Code. Has some amazing predictive text completion features for writing HTML. It's just really fantastic, and really helps when you're writing large amounts of code. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our first element. So HTML document. HTML consists of a series of elements, and when we create these different HTML elements, we're basically telling the browser how to display certain content visually. So these elements that we define in the HTML document tell the browser how to specifically display the content that we define. So basically, like the HTML element defines the entire HTML document, and all our code is going to be inside these tags. HTML element begins with a start tag and closes itself off with the end tag. However, there are empty tags which do not, such as the doc type, and we'll get into those in a little bit. However, they do not need a closing tag. So what we're going to do is a head element. I'll do head. Cool. We'll position those underneath each other and then press tab again to indent. And we'll do a title, and this will just display in the browser's title or tab bar. So in between the two tags, you can write whatever you like. I'm just going to say hello world. So cool. Got that out of the way. Now we're going to create like the body, the actual content in our web page. So all the content that will be displayed on the page will be written in between body tags. So we're going to do a body element, position that underneath each other, and now we'll start creating some elements to be displayed in the website. So we're going to start with a header element, h1, and we'll call it hello world again. So headers go from h1 to h6, decreasing in importance. So like h1 will be the biggest, h2 will be a little smaller, and so forth. Now I kind of want to give a little example of those empty elements I was talking about. We'll do a horizontal rule element, and this will create a horizontal line across the entire website. It's really nice for sectioning off different parts of the website. I like using it. It's a pretty cool feature. So next thing we're going to do, it will add some more content to our website. We'll do a paragraph element. I'm just going to say, welcome to my website. So cool, we got, and now I want to show you guys how to use another empty element called the break. And this will break up the text onto separate lines. Nice for formatting text in a certain way. And below this, I'll just do an example of a header 2, h2, and we'll just say hello again. Cool. So we have our first website written. We're going to save this. Then we're going to go to our file, locate the file, and then either select open with and a browser of your choice, or just double click and it will open in your default browser. As you can see, the content, I'll break it down piece by piece. Title up here in the tab, the header 1, hello world, the horizontal rule element, create that nice line across the website. Paragraph, and as you can see, they're on 2 different lines. If I take away the break, it will just display and refresh. It'll display on a single line. And then we have the H2, as you can see, slightly smaller than the H1. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys got something out of this. And I'll see you later.